Welcome friends, this is our 17th video of the course. In this video, we will learn about zip function and unzip function in Python. Zip function in Python. The zip function is used to join the elements of two or more iterables together. It takes the elements from each iterable, join them index-wise, and returns a final sequence of tuples. This is the syntax of zip function. In this syntax, we have to write zip, and in the round brackets, we have to pass our iterables. Iterable 1, 2, 3 and so on. There may be any number of iterables that we want to zip. Our iterables here may be list, tuple, set, dictionary. We can pass our list here or tuple here or set or dictionary also. If we see this example, then here are two lists A and B. List A contains integer values 1, 2, 3, 4, while list B contains string values. There are fruit names apple, mango, orange, banana. Now if we want to zip these two lists, then we will simply write zip, and in the round brackets we will pass our iterables. Our first iterable is A and our second iterable is B. A and B are the list. If I run this, then the command has been successfully executed. Means these two lists can be zipped together. Now this output is not understandable by us. To understand this output, we have to pass zip function in the form of a list or tuple or set. Now if I pass list here, and inside list if I write this zip function that we have used here, and if I run this, then you can see this is the output. So to get the zip result in the form of a list, we have to write list here. Now in this output, the new tuples are formed. There are 4 tuples that are formed: 1, 2, 3 and 4. In the first tuple, there is value of 1 and the value of apple. 1 is taken from list A while apple is taken from list B, and both these elements are joined together and a tuple is formed. Similarly, 2 is taken from list A, which is at first index, and mango, which is taken from list B, which is also at first index, and these two elements are joined together and a new tuple is formed. Similarly, 3 is taken from the second index of list A, and orange is taken from the second index of list B, and a new tuple is formed. And in the last also, 4 is taken from the last index of list A, and banana is also taken from the last index of list B, and both elements are joined together to form a new tuple. So this is how zip function works. We have passed list here to get the output in the form of list. Now we can save this in any variable also, like x, and use this variable later in the programming. If I print this variable x, then it is showing the same result. If I want to see the type of x, then it is a list, because we have choose to get the output in the form of a list. We can also get the output in the form of a tuple or in the form of a set also. Now to get the zip result in the form of a tuple, we have to simply write tuple, and in the tuple we have to pass the zip function. Inside zip function we have to pass our first iterable, which is A, and after comma we have to pass our second iterable, which is B. Now if I run this, the command has been successfully executed, and here if you see there are round brackets now, which indicates that it is a tuple. We can also save this tuple or save this output in a variable y, and if I print this y, then it is showing the same result, and if I see the type, then it is a tuple. Now to get the zip result in the form of a set, we have to pass set instead of tuple, and inside set we have to pass the zip function and our first iterable A and our second iterable B. If I run this, then the output now is in the form of a set, which is defined by these curly braces. We can also save this output in a variable z and print like this. If I see the type of z, then it is a set. So this is how we can zip two or more iterables together to form new tuples, and we can also get the output in the form of a list, set or tuples. Now if we see one more example, then here we have three iterables: temple, city and code. The first iterable is in the form of a list which contains the name of the temples. The second iterable is in the form of a tuple which contains the name of the cities. And the third iterable is in the form of a list which contains some code. Now to zip these three iterables together, we will write zip function, and inside this zip function we will pass our iterables. Like if I pass my first iterable as temple, my second iterable as city and my third iterable as code. So this is the syntax to zip these three iterables together. If I run this, then the command has been successfully executed. To get the result in the desired format, we have to pass list here. So this is the output. In this output, Ram temple is taken from the 0th index of this iterable. UP and 101 is also taken from the 0th index of city and code iterable respectively. Similarly, Akshardham temple, Delhi and 102 is taken from the first index of each iterable and joined together, and a new tuple is formed. And the Konark Sun temple, Odisha and 104 is taken from the third index of each iterable and joined together, and a new tuple is formed. And same is the case with this tuple. So this is how we can zip three iterables together using zip function. In this function, if you see, city is a tuple, not a list. Means we can combine or we can join a tuple with a list also. The second is the number of elements in code is 8, while in the temple the number of elements is 5. If I count in temple, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Similarly, in city 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 elements present in the temple and city, while in the code there are 8 elements present. But when we zip these three tables, these three last elements are not considered in the output. The third is we can also change the sequence to code, temple and city. Here we have write the sequence as temple, city and code. If we change this sequence to first I write my iterable as code, second iterable if I write my temple, and third iterable if I write city, then this is also acceptable. Means there may be any sequence of the iterables while using the zip functions. Here if you see, code is at my first place and temple name is my second place and city is at my third place. So this is how we can also use the zip function. Now unzip function in Python. This function is just opposite of zip function. It takes the element from the tuples of a zipped iterables and separate them to form new tuples. The syntax of this unzip function is zip, and in the round brackets we have to pass the zipped iterable with the asterisk sign here. Suppose I have a zipped iterable like this x. Here are 4 tuples which contains 2 elements in each tuple. Now if I want to unzip these elements, then I will simply write my zip and with asterisk sign I have to pass the zipped iterable which is my x here. Now if I run this, then the command has been successfully executed. To get the output, we have to write the iterable names. First iterable name will be my quantity and my second iterable name will be my fruit. Now if I run this and if I print my iterables that I have unzipped, then you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4 are now separated, and apple, mango, orange and banana are now separated in another tuple. So this is how unzip function works. Means it takes the elements from the tuples. These are our tuples of a zipped iterables. This is our zipped iterable which is x, and separate them to form new tuples. Means two new tuples are formed here which contains the elements for each iterable. So this is the unzipping the zipped iterable x in quantity and fruits. If we take the second example, this is my second zipped iterable, contains temple name and city. Now if I want to unzip it, then I will simply write zip and sign s. To get the output in different iterables, we will pass our iterable name here. First iterable name is code, second iterable name is temple, and third iterable name is state. If I run this and if I print these three iterables, this is my first iterable which contains the codes only 101 to 105. This is my second iterable which contains the temple names only. These are my temple names, and this is my third iterable which contains the city names only. So this is how we can unzipped iterables. We can also print these three iterables together like we print in the above example, like this. So three new tuples are formed. First tuple contains the codes, second tuple contains the temple names, and the third tuple contains the city names. Now if you want to do some practice, then there is an exercise for you. Zip the given tuples in the form of a set. There are two tuples t1 and t2 which contain some elements. You have to zip them together to form a set. You can write your answer in the comment box. More advanced features of zip and unzip function will be covered in the another playlist of the course, which is Advanced Data Analysis with Python. Friends, if you like the videos of our course, then please subscribe to our channel and also share the playlist of this course with your friends who want to learn data analysis with Python.